The mind cannot. This mind is so crazy that it cannot learn a lesson once. It has to be repeated. So when that repeated is known as abhyasa, the practice. But without the discernment in the intellect, I don't get the right knowledge that what I'm going to do. So normally people feel that, okay, I have heard it, I have understood it. Understanding is a part of intellect, and behavior, attitude is a part of mind. So if understanding is not there in the intellect, knowledge is not there in the intellect, then the mind will follow its own instinctive, impulsive, habitual behavior. So after understanding, this mind should be educated, and that education is reflecting in my attitude, in my behavior, in day-to-day actions. So these two has to be understood clearly. That needs to be understood clearly. And you see that we have, here comes David and Jerry and Christina. So you see that is very important. The behavior, attitude part is coming from the mind. And the mind is instinctive, impulsive. It has created billions and billions of impressions. Who gives it a check? My knowledge, my understanding. So that is why we understand these principles. And the time comes, you take over the mind. I have been talking a lot about it using a phrase, check. Is the mind working on you, or you are working on the mind? 24th July is a Guru Purnima. So my honey was asking that we should invite people living here in Arizona to our home for a dinner. So, yes, those who are living in Arizona, other people can join virtually for a dinner. So we'll inform you and we will welcome. So, yeah.
Say hello to her for me, please.
Yeah, sure. She remembers you.
Yes.
Sarvabhuteshu chatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani. Munahi sometimes anuvartate ascharyam mamatvam anuvartate. Sarvabhuteshu atmanam sarvabhutani cha atmani cha janatah mune. We claim that we are awakened. Yes, we are awake. I have done one session and then I have understood. Many people come and join that you have already been seeing. Some people send me the email, stop sending the email. So I said, okay, that is also good. So the master is questioning, beautiful, you claim that you are awakened, then is it not strange that you still have a sense of ownership? That is the first verse that we need to understand clearly. So one day, here comes the Sam. Very good. Welcome. So first, understand this verse. Looking smart, yes. Everyone looking smart and beautiful, yes. So I was with my Guruji. Guruji means master in his monastery. So there was some issue in my family life regarding, everyone has those issues in the world. So I must admit, I was claiming with a big ego in those days that I'm a meditator, why should I fight, and people is encroaching and taking over my land. So my master, my Guruji took me to the border of my monastery, the border wall, and he said, if the neighbor encroaches the land of this monastery, should I leave it? Because I am a great master, because I am awakened, should I leave it? These challenges comes to those people who are treading the path of self-discovery. Should I not fight because I am awakened? There is a tagline, because I am awakened. So because I am awakened, you come to my house and take away everything. Why? Because I am awakened. I should not fight. Yeah? So we have this negative ego that must go. So on one hand, the negative ego must go. On the other hand, the attachment must go. Do you see that we are walking in a thin razors as when you are treading the path of self-discovery? So I said, I will not allow anyone to encroach even a small piece of land of this monastery. I will fight it. Okay, come on, you love me, that's why you will fight for it. What about your problem in the family? You fight here, and there you don't fight because you declare yourself that you are a great meditator. So sometimes we create a negative ego. It must go. Negative ego, did you understand? No, I'm a father to the son, and the son is doing some nasty thing. Why should? No, I'm a meditator. Let him do. Why should I do? What? You see, we are bringing that realization in day-to-day life. That is extremely important. Otherwise, a kind of hypocrisy takes birth in the mind. I believe that you understand what I am talking. So this is what the master is saying in this, that what happens, what you are doing. You are still living in a king. You are managing the entire kingdom. You are awakened. But at the same time, the master answers, you neither have a negative ego, nor you are attached. You are just walking in aethers. What is right and good? I have an inherited property. Yes, let me see how I should get it if someone is creating a problem. But with a peace of mind. Remain unattached. Being aware that everything in the world is constantly changing. This is what the master is saying. Now he is bringing that realization into day-to-day life. Ashok, are your eyes open? He has some challenges, so I drafted something and I sent to him. So, this journey of the self-discovery, once you are there in that state of meditation and you reflect the problems outside, it helps you to solve those problems in calm, in peace, in happiness. Now you told us that the wave is nothing but the water, and now there is a storm. Because you told me wave is a water, so let me enter into that water. You will die. So a wisdom should prevail. The intellect with the right knowledge must prevail all the time in dealing with the world outside in my personal, professional, social life. No, then should I not disturb my meditative state? No, you are just like a light, sunlight, that remains unattached, giving light to everyone. You live into that state of pure consciousness within. And if that state of the consciousness is the light, it is reflecting, it is giving light to everyone, means it is you are dealing everyone with the wisdom, with a clarity. With a clarity. This is what the Master is saying. I know you are all wise, so you understand it's not a big deal, but it comes by practice. So, what is the secret behind it? In the intellect and the mind, outside there is a me and mine, and inside there is no me and mine in the mind. It belongs to the world. You 100% believe. No. And you are aware. The world belongs to the world itself. The honey belongs to the honey. Money belongs to the money. So when I understand that the money belongs to the honey, then my mind do not project security, fearlessness, and happiness in the money. Have you seen the bill, dollar bill or $20 bill or $100 bill? Anywhere it is written, happiness is me. Is happiness written on the dollar bill? Just go to the home and does the home says you, come on, happiness is there. It is here. That needs to be realized. Happiness is here. Home is the basic necessities. I must have a shelter, I must have clothes, I must have food. But security is written there? No. Fearlessness is written there? No. That needs to be understood. So what happens? You are practicing meditation. This knowledge is realized in you. So what happens? You have a sense of freedom. You experience that peace. You experience that serenity of the mind. That is what the goal of meditation. We need to understand this. So now there is another example my Guruji used to give. You see that you have a pet elephant and you take him to the water, you clean, and the moment that elephant goes out of the water, through his trunk, he puts the dust and the clay on his body again. Again you go inside, you clean it, and again he puts it. It's a joy. It's a play. That is how we have to live in this world. Living in a family, living a professional life, living a social life. Ordinary, from outside it appears that this guy is doing the same thing as others are doing, but internally this mind lives with the real self. Previously, the mind was living with attachment and detachment. Mind was living with the ego. Mind was living with the clinging to the world outside. Because once you reach to that state, you cannot claim that now I have three eyes. Normally we talk about the third eye. That third eye is the eye of wisdom. You cannot grow the eyes here. Normally people have very wrong perception that there is the third eye. Just think of the third physical eye. If it is horizontal and the three eyes are looking at you, what will happen? So I will see the Stephen is expanded horizontally because three eye is horizontal. And if it is vertical, I see the Stephen has become 20 feet long. So this third eye is the eye of wisdom, eye of knowledge. Through that eye you look at everything, daily thought, speech and action. So now you have brought that state of meditation into day-to-day life. So Master is questioning and Master is answering. So now you have a thought, speech and action in your daily life, in your personal, professional and social activities with that eye of a wisdom. So from inside you are moving outside. From inside is the peace. You are moving and expressing peace, even if you have greater challenges in your life. Don't think, I had undergone the same challenges, perhaps much bitter challenges in my early years of my life. But I stick to the teachings. I always relied only one thing, that what are the principles of the Eastern wisdom by which I can solve the problem, maintaining my poise and the calm. And that help you to grow and evolve. Look at the sixth one. Sixth verse says, now see, the Master is making a fun. And in that fun, he has the answer. It is strange that one abiding in the supreme self, real self, on liberation, and yet you say that I like pasta, I like chicken. What is this? No example. So what is the difference between a person who is doing meditation and a person who is a non-meditator? Yeah, that must be resolved, isn't it? Kate likes something, Sam likes something, so I say that I like this. How to resolve this problem? Still, you speak in the same way. Understand this part also. You are living into that higher state of consciousness. The mind has an impression of likes and dislikes. You get rid of the likes and dislikes, but the impression remains. You know what happened to you 20 years ago? You fought, and you had a pain and you suffered. So even you don't feel, you don't react now, but the impression remains there. So now there are 5 delicacies is lying on the dining table. Pasta is also there, so you like pasta, you choose pasta. But if pasta is not there, your intellect reminds you, what is the principle? Eat to live or live to eat. You accept what is there. so that you do not create any attachment or detachment. That must be realized in our daily life. And if it is not happening, then there is a big gap between a meditative state and daily living. Do you see that? No, I only like to have this. I am attached. So that attachment is gone. You have the resources. You like something, you get something. Finished. But if you don't have the resources, you don't crave for it. You don't crave for it. In that process, we realize that everyone, every average human being can meet their basic necessities. Do you see that point? Desire for basic necessities are always fulfilled. Now I desire in my thinking. That leads to attachment and detachment. And attachment and detachment leads to suffering. So every time you have a preference in life, it's okay. Have a preference. But that preference is not available. You know, I will continue to exist. Isn't it? I will continue to exist. Remove the craving, remove the desire. So you have all those basic necessities are always there with you. Why to worry? This is what the master is pointing, that what will happen if you don't get a food of your choice, if you don't get a cloth of your choice, if you don't get a honey of your choice. Go on adding lot of things. Are you getting it? So these two verses, in a very funny manner, the master is asking the student, the seeker. Seeker is also, in this text, the seeker is a great seeker, the highest level of a seeker. And he says, no, I know, I understand that, what you are saying. So I have a right to make a choice minus attachment and detachment. And if you have a right to make a choice without attachment and detachment, nobody can take your peace and happiness. Nobody can take your calmness. No one in the world. Now, reverse the process. So, there comes passion, craving, attachment. Why attachment? Attachment simply means I give 100% value to a thing in the world outside that is constantly changing, where there is no security, where there is no fearlessness, where there is no happiness. Pleasure is there. So I prefer, if the item is there, I prefer to take that. If it is not there, I realize that state of the happiness is already within me. Do you appreciate that? It takes you to you a greater realization, a higher realization. Don't keep in mind that it means, should I not work? No, continue to work. Never retire. Never retire does not mean only relating to the job. Continue to do something. Keep your mind engaged in the work, minus ego desiring the fruits of an action. So that leads to a greater and a higher states of meditation. I believe let us start our journey of the practice of meditation now. Understanding, eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed, the body is comfortable and steady, and mind is looking inside, either inside the head or inside. Do you remember that we are not doing anything? It's a non-practice. When I say we are practicing on Saturdays, it is a non-practice. Non-practice means it is all about your awareness. Are you aware, listening to me? Then the journey becomes smooth and easy. Now, normally, you see the signs says, are you aware? So aware of what? That is the basic problem of the mind. Mind is always asking us, what is aware of what? And if I say aware of awareness, then then what happens? Awareness. Aware of awareness. Sorry. So this awareness of awareness comes once the mind is clear. That is why now you see I give you hundreds of reasons why I say being comfortable. So now you are aware of the comfort through the body. Otherwise, meditation is done when I say awareness of awareness. Finished. Awareness is the subject, awareness is the object, and then the mind absorbs into that state of the awareness, and you are already there. So being comfortable. So again, you are not doing anything. It's all about the knowledge. Why knowledge? Mind is ignorant about real self. Ignorance cannot be removed by any action. Ignorance is removed by knowledge. Knowledge and consciousness and awareness. Look at the neck joint. Object. The time comes, it will be replaced by awareness. So now I become aware of the neck joint. Then I move a little deeper. Sensation, comfort, and steadiness naturally. It is an experience. Another way to understand this, awareness, knowledge, and experience are synonyms. Understand that very clearly. Become aware of the neck joint. It is knowledge. It is your experience. And from the object, you move to a little deeper experience of sensation, comfort, and you need not to do anything. It is happening. And then the mind moves into the space. Space is awareness and awareness is space. I'm introducing another part. Understand that space is awareness. Just pick up this knowledge. And awareness is space. Just now you have the knowledge and you just experience that. That is all. So let there be an inner transformation of the mind. Look at the shoulder joint. Look, becoming aware. Did I tell you awareness, knowledge, and experience are the synonyms? They are used in a different context in the Eastern wisdom. So, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Then the space comes. Just be there in the space. Space is awareness and awareness is space. We will understand that deeply later. It will come into this teaching. Looking at the hip joint means aware of the hip joint. Can I say awareness is the light, like the sunlight, that lets everything, every object, and it lets itself. By the sunlight we can see the sun, and by the sunlight we can see all the objects of the world. This awareness is the light. How come? Understanding. We are not doing a practice, we are understanding, and that understanding will take you to a deeper state of meditation. Let us see. Look at the hip joint. How do you look at the hip joint? Without awareness, you cannot do it. Can I say without the sunlight, I cannot see you? Oh, so main thing is awareness. Very good. So in that awareness, I moved into the second level of experience, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. But how do I know? Awareness. Now I see the space. How do I know the space? Awareness. The entire body. Saturday's session invokes the very higher principles to the journey of the self-discovery. So the entire body. Are you aware? Yes. So awareness comes. Do you experience the steadiness? Yes, awareness. Do you experience the comfort? Yes. Without awareness, how can I experience? And then space. And today, what we are understanding? You need not to question anything, just awareness of the space. And that space rebounds and says yes. Space is awareness and awareness is space. This awareness of the space is the absence of the objects of the world outside. Can I say that? Are you aware of that fact? Now in that space I find the thoughts and feelings and sensations they come and they go. They appear and disappear. Now ask yourself, does the space leave you when any thought comes? No. Sensation comes? No. Crazy thought comes? No. Good thought comes? No. The space remains intact behind. No, but I don't see it because I give value to these thoughts, feelings, sensations. I lost awareness. Inside, are you getting it? a very subtler level, those subtle impressions in the mind, they pops up. I give value to them and I lose awareness. I get carried away by the thought, I lose awareness. A simple point is value. Can I live into the awareness of the space while the thoughts are moving, coming and going? I have nothing to do with them. Can you be aware of the highways while driving? You don't question many vehicles are there. That is the meaning of let the thought come, let the thought go. Moving little, moving deeper and deeper. Now I have a clear understanding, is realized. Awareness is space and the space is awareness, and the rest are constantly changing. Thought comes, goes away. Sensation appear, disappear. Emotions erupts and comes down. Do you see what we are doing? That is the real discernment, separating. And my friends, you need not to do anything. In fact, in reality, they are already separate. But who makes them that it is me and mine? Mind. Why? Lack of awareness. What is lack of awareness? Ignorance. So that is why, being carefree, I always use a simple word, let the thought come and go. One day what will happen, you will find these thoughts and the contents of the mind as too far from you. How far? The way I am too far from you, giving you a session virtually. The way you will see everything in the world is too far. Your home, your car. And you are seeing it here and now. And if you see it, no one dares to move your body. You experience the stillness in the body. That stillness comes from the real self. It is unchanging reality. That is why it is so. Stillness lives in the body all the time. So due to the attachment, mind hides that reality and says, how can I keep the body steady? Attachment, then I am the body. No attachment, I am not the body. That reveals the stillness in the body. Stillness belongs to the real self. And that is what I had given you in the previous sessions, looking now again. Now we play with it. We are 100% sure. What? I am not the body. So look at the head and the neck. That awareness is there. So you are looking at the head and the neck and you experience the sensation. but a point of awareness is there. I'm not. Relaxation is there, and the stillness is there. Ask your mind to love that stillness. Everything is good in the now. The time will come, the mind will be transformed and will realize that stillness remains intact. Even if you are doing daily activities and the body is moving. You have separated real self from the body, mind, breath, intellect, ego, thoughts, feelings, sensation, attachment, detachment. In that state, from inside to outside, you're working, you're doing the same thing as others are doing, as non-meditators are doing. No worries. You need not to show, you need not to demonstrate. If you do it, ego takes over, you are gone. That is what I wanted to build from the previous sessions. Look at the right arm casually. Sensation. Yes. In the light of awareness, I experience the sensation without any likes and dislikes. I experience the relaxation without any. I experience the stillness, and that stillness belongs to you. Complete the sentence. The knowledge is inside. Aren't you amazed that you are doing nothing? It's all about the knowledge. Left arm. Now your perception is different. That is what the third eye is. How dare the body can move if you have the third eye? Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Chest in the belly. Now the chest in the belly is a point of reference. The mind remains clear. Does the sunlight changes any object? No, it simply shows the light. Are you getting this? You look at the chest and the belly. That awareness is a light looking at the middle portion, minus attachment and detachment. Why? Third eye. Wisdom. I already made you clear, third eye is not physical. We talk a lot about it. I will open the third. How can you open the third eye of mind? You have to open yourself. And I'm simply saying sensation, relaxation, stillness, who knows it, awareness, calmness, insight, and quietness, awareness of that. Awareness is space, and space is awareness. Be 100% clear. We are not the doer. You know what happens when you are not the doer? You are not the meditator. So that meditator and meditation merges together. That is what the Patanjali says. Right leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Now it's the language of the mind. When I say look inside, calmness and quietness. In that quietness, the space, awareness of the space, and the space is awareness is space, be there. So the very doer, that idea of a doer still remains intact even after years and years. And that is a stumbling block. So awareness is space, space is awareness. If the mind claims I'm space, very good. Mind claims I'm awareness, very good. Left leg. Reference point only. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Calmness and quietness, the mind instantly moves inside. Yes. And then in that state of the quietness, the space is there. I'm aware of the space. I cannot say I'm aware of the space. There is only an awareness of the space, and the space is awareness. Awareness is space. Being there. That state of the being neither has me nor has mine. Can you claim this is my awareness and that is your awareness? First challenge is the thoughts coming from outside, recognition of an object, and all the objects constitutes the world outside. Then if we move the mind within, then the second layer of the challenges comes, that is our past impression. There is a reservoir of these impressions, they trigger us. We have to deal with it. Dealing through the knowledge, through the third eye, through the power of discernment. So that wisdom, any object appears in the space, recognize them, and just you have a non-verbal awareness. This is not me. The world of object appears, not me. And you will see they disappear. The mind, because of its deep-rooted impression and identification with the body, you may have some sensation in any part of the body. That mind triggers you. Come on, you are the body. No, I'm not. non-verbal acceptance, I'm not. The mind jumps to the breath, I'm not. Mind jumps to the thoughts, I'm not. Mind jumps to the space, tell it also I am not. And be there. Because we cannot negate our own existence. What we negate, that is not me. So even if you negate space, you cannot negate awareness. That is me. That is you. That pure consciousness, my friends. Master teasing the seeker who has realized already. The Master is saying, I'm amazed. You're still living in the same world, as if with the pleasure. So he's teasing. He knows he's not. Outwardly it appears, but inwardly, no. Seeker has realized that that real self is independent of anything outside, including the body, the mind, the world. So question of attachment does not arise, or detachment. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand. Awareness on the right hand. Awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences. Bring the hands down. Terry did not even move the entire session. How are you, Terry?
I'm okay. I was very far away.
From the body.
I don't know where. I was very, I was aware of the body, but I was just I don't know where.
How your problem in the body can challenge you if you continue to live into that state. Ah, that's good. How are you, David and Jerry?
Very peaceful, very, very quick, very aware. I like the discussion or analogy about driving down the highway really quickly, because a thought would come and it would just go, and all of a sudden that journey turned into a blur that allowed me to just be aware of infinite space, I guess. It was really wonderful.
Yeah. I like it, that analogy hits your mind. The moment any analogy, any statement hits your mind, you enter into that state. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good. The takeaway for me, the mind, working on the mind and not having the mind work on you, and the action should culminate in wisdom, and the knowing that everything outside of us is constantly changing, and the consciousness is
Independent.
Freedom. It's freedom.
It's a freedom.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful, beautiful way to explain it. We have to live into that state all the time. Terry. How are you, Stephen?
I'm very good. Very quick meditation, dark, quiet. Immediately, closing my eyes, I was drawn to my heart, and I could just see it as if it was as looking into a funnel, and it was just coming to this point. And when it got to the point, and I settled into it, it just started to expand. And I just saw it, and it didn't affect me in any way. I knew what was going on. I saw what was going on, but I stayed as if I was just in that center point. It was amazing.
Beautiful, beautiful way. How are you, Kate?
I'm really good. The words are kind of being with you in the journey to consciousness.
Good, good. How are you, Sam?
I'm good. I would say for the Saturdays, I mostly find myself dropping down heart area. I've described this before, but I guess I'll describe it again if it helps anyone. That I just, as we get deeper, I tend to feel like I want to just be smiling, and I have this feeling of energy and contentment, and it's a really good feeling to have. that there's nowhere else that you'd want to be, and that's good.
Beautiful, beautiful point. The deeper you go, and your mind wants to smile at the world, It's constantly changing. It has nothing to do with me. All attachment drops. That is another way to put it. Beautiful. How are you, Christina?
I am doing well this morning, thank you. I noticed within maybe halfway through the practice, I may have been leaning a little forward. I feel like I was really focusing on I've yet to master up here, so I was really focusing on the knowledge part of just everything I've been absorbing, and I think I was leaning forward, and then I got very hot, so I think it was my body's way to tell me, okay, just relax, take a step back. And once I did that, just everything was quiet, and then all of a sudden we were done. So
beautiful. That's a sign of the progress. You have changed a lot in these. That's why I always say younger must attend these sessions. I don't know why they are not, but still we have a couple of young. It does not mean, I'm not saying that you other guys are old. You still, how are you, Vaibhav?
So I'm really very peaceful, relaxed, like keeping my awareness to that awareness, keeping it blank, and it was really very peaceful.
Beautiful. You see that in this journey, the master is pointing out that you check who is the meditator in you and drop the meditator. You are doing the practice, you don't leave me. Otherwise, how can I survive? But no, that is a joke part. The very meditator in you should be dropped. While in meditation, and when that happens, something great happens in us. Any question? That is all for today. Thank you very much, Johnny. So I'm planning, so I hope Jerry, David, and Stephen, and those who are in Arizona, they can definitely join us. So 24th July is the we say Guru Purnima. Guru Purnima means it's a gratitude to my master. So nearby that date, I'm planning to have a feast. You can come. You can join me, Christina. I have no problem. Anyone can.
Can you tell by my big smile I want to come?
Yes. You can come. You can come. That is all. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Girish.
Thank you.